program. One dictionary example. So they have given some assignment. So they asked me to do that assignment using dictionary. So that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're done with the first round, right, Ajay?
Yeah, first one I have done, and second one I came out from the second round. So they asked about the related to the orchestrator and the replay work.
Okay.
So those type of questions. Even the Excel also they have asked some like there are 1,000 records. In the 1,000 records, how to get the how you in how many ways to read the 1,000 records. So like that they have asked me. So I told
What is
read
the
range.
answer for that?
I told read range, and also I told that using, we can push the data into the database and we can get the data from the database. So like that I told, I don't know what they're expecting from me. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. So I'm also done with that HCL interview. Actually, I'm waiting. I've completed UiPath interview in that.
Okay.
UiPath is a client for HCL.
Oh, okay. So we're waiting for
So,
second round.
okay, you're waiting for a second round.
You are waiting. Are you waiting for
Ah,
second round? Okay,
no.
okay.
In UiPath, I completed the first round.
Okay.
Mostly I completed 3 rounds for HCL.
Uh-huh.
Just waiting for a last round. I don't know what is happening. That was there tomorrow actually.
Okay. All the best, survey.
Yeah, thank you. Mostly, what they had told me to have the machine to be, UiPath to be installed in my machine in that email also. This is the fourth time where I am giving the coding test for that. Okay. If any important points are there, you can share with us.
Yeah, Surabhi, what are the coding tests you have given? Like what type of questions they are asking?
Actually, that was very simple only. In the first time, they have asked about one Excel. In the Excel, they told me to write some values and need to write that range. And so in the Excel, again, there are spaces in between that. So I need to remove that spaces. That was a very simple test actually. And for the UiPath, they told us to give the character number, input character number. So that is also very simple actually. That is sometimes it's also based on luck. If the interviewer busy, then they will provide us a very simple case. So actually, one of the important question I have faced in one of the interview, what was that was in RE framework only. First one, how many transitions are available, and in the transition also, something they have told me like linear process, iterative process, transactional process. They asked about all the details of these processes.
Okay.
So and also in the orchestrator, they have asked about the queues actually. So what are the different states are available in the queues, and how you will read how you will set the transaction status for the queues, and there are how many types sorry, this is the main questions they have asked in the queues, and also they asked about the assets. So in the queues, how we need to send the data to the queues. So there are few questions they are very concentrating on the orchestrator about these queues, assets and all.
Is there
And
asking
also,
about the triggers? I mean, how many
yeah,
triggers are there? How can
yes,
we? Okay,
yes. They're asking about the triggers and also how you will trigger the bot and how many types are there.
okay.
So
There
yeah,
are two types, I think.
mostly, and also how you connect the bot to orchestrator.
Okay.
That is the main thing they're asking. And they're also asking about the advanced topics like document understanding.
Yeah, document understanding, right?
Yeah, document understanding. The thing is, actually, I have not worked on the document understanding, but I know the
Okay.
basics. So, what are the types are available in the document understanding that I can explain them.
Okay,
So, I
that is
told
very
them that.
benefit. Document understanding, I think it is very important because if you know that one, you cannot. I mean, I think so. We can. We can't. I mean, there is no need to use the PDF activities. So once you know
Yeah,
the document understanding,
the-
so
correct, correct.
even the handwritten documents also we can pick the things whatever you want by using the document understanding. So it is
Correct,
basically
correct,
structured and unstructured data that we can
correct.
extract the data from that. So it is very useful.
Yes.
Uh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know that, Ajay, have you worked on that document understanding?
No, actually, by in the YouTube, I have saw the videos and I practiced one of the projects. Like I mean, my own project. That's it.
Okay, okay.
Using the
So,
PDF. Yeah.
mm-hmm. So, what? How you are saying this answer? Like, do you know any document understanding? If the interviewer are asking this question, how you are answering that?
See, they are telling that about the first of all, they will ask about the do you know document understanding. If you tell yes, they will ask that. So, what are the main? So we need to install the three packages while using the document understanding. So they will ask about that question. So how many packages we need to install while using the document standard. So there are three packages. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to tell about those packages, and there are 7 steps which is available in the document understanding. So what is taxonomy? Something actually now I forgotten
Taxonomy,
about that. Yeah,
digitization, extraction.
right. So at what step? I mean, in taxonomy, what you are going to do in act and digitalization, what you are going to do. So everything they will ask about that. And so there is one more question that I got. So how many? I mean, parallelly, how many documents that you can extract parallelly? So you are telling that as of now, you are telling that only from one document you are going to extract the things like so if there are 20 if there are hundreds of documents, how can you get that how can you get the data from those 100 documents? So actually in documentation what
Mm-hmm.
in background it will run parallelly. It will not take only the one document. See, while using the PDF activities it will take one by one, right? So after completion of one
Yes, yes.
document, it will go to the second document. But in the document understanding, it will not do like that. It will done work as a parallel. It will take parallel documents at the same day. It will fetch the data from the parallel documents. So they asked me that how that parallel I mean that parallel is working in the background. So I told I don't know. Even I asked some of the YouTubers I mean so like Vajrang and some Rakesh is there, right? So Sudhir, one of the guy in the YouTube. So I asked him. He also told that it is the advanced question, bro. I also don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, so like that they will ask those type of questions. So yeah, better if you learn the document understanding, you can cover mostly PDF activities and Excel activities also because not Excel activities, mostly PDF activities because we can extract any type of data by using the document understanding. That is the
Yeah.
best example, and we can show as one of the we can show like one project also by using the document understanding. We have done this, so like that. So it is
Yeah. Correct.
easy. Yeah,
Yeah, it is easy. So,
yeah.
I'm just afraid of giving the answers. Maybe it is a right or wrong because I didn't
Okay.
work on this. I know the basics and steps. That's all. So,
Okay. No,
yeah, and
if you want, no, you can go to the YouTube. There is a Rakesh Expo Hub channel.
yeah, I
So he posted around 30 to 35 videos is there. I mean about on the document understanding. So
Mm.
continue videos. If you want, you can learn from them. I mean, I can learn from his videos.
Okay. Yeah, I know the channel. I
Yeah,
just saw that actually. Mm.
right. That is
And
better. Yeah.
yeah, and also one of the most important thing I have in question was how many templates are available in the UiPath?
Yeah, this question I have seen somewhere. Templates means, I think, I don't know what are the templates. Only
So
the templates means in the sense R, see, R framework is one of the template, right?
correct, correct, correct.
Yeah.
So RE framework is one of the template. In the
Uh,
UiPath only, we have the different types of templates. I didn't remember exactly. If you have opened the UiPath install in your machine, please open that, no, because that was important question. Every interviewer is asking how many templates are there in UiPath.
okay. So you can ask Vajrang then.
Oh yeah, this was, yeah, in the mission it is available actually.
Okay, guys, sorry
Okay.
for the delay. I had to have an unavoidable situation, so they don't have any other option to make you other than to make you wait. But yeah, thank you so much, Uma, for taking it up. So what were you discussing? You're discussing on the interview number of templates and all, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's
Okay, just a second. Okay, fine. So were you able to complete the transcripts that I have asked yesterday? How many of you were able to at least try to do that or at least did it?
I tried Vajrang, but I deleted again.
See, don't delete it. Whatever you do, modify it.
Sure, sure.
Okay, because if you delete it again, you need to start from the scratch. Other than that, if you can modify
Okay,
it, and because even between that, even when you have some data, you can just click on the dictate button and you can start typing with voice from the middle.
okay, okay.
Okay, don't delete it. It will not be helpful. The more you
Okay,
delete
Vajrang.
it, the more it will be delayed.
Right, right. Sorry.
Okay, Flavia, what happened with your interview?
Sir, I didn't do this transcript. I just prepared
Hmm.
the content to speak in interview.
Okay,
Um, that's all.
okay, but how's the interview? Is it completed yesterday?
No. They will inform. I think they will check the resume only. After checking the resume only, they will contact. I don't know whether will they call or not.
Got it. Got it. Fine. So let's continue with today's session. So in next 30 minutes, we do have 30 minutes, so we cannot extend it. But yeah, let's in that 30 minutes, let's quickly understand a quick use case and try to understand what are the basic requirements to be gathered, and then the project to be done, and finally create a SDD. So we haven't created SDD till now, is it right?
Yes,
Or
Vajrang.
okay.
We
So
created them.
no, that's not created for this team. So what we can do is I will quickly try to show you what's there. Just a second. Yeah. See, when will we create our SDD? Is there anyone who knows that or not?
SDD is nothing like we are giving the solution to that project, right?
Okay, so what is the difference between SDD and PDD?
PDD, we have all the steps how to develop the code in a step by step.
Okay,
In SDD, I'm not sure, but I know the only thing that we are giving that solution in that document.
HTT, I think after work done. PDD is before work done, I think.
yes. So that's correct. But what will be there after you get the work done? Okay, see, if I need to create an SGD, what I will do is there is in UiPath Marketplace. I will use this one. I will also add it in the chat. That will be helpful. And in the files, are you following the? Okay. We have Krishna transcript. Someone deleted the transcript just few seconds back.
Mine. I only was done.
Yeah, don't delete it. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So today's meeting, I'm writing it in the notes. 31st Jan. To pen and browser. Okay. So this is the SDD assistant. We are using task capture to create our PDDs, right? Process definition document. So we have a template like what's there in it. So in the same way, for SDD, we have this marketplace solution that we can use to create our templates, or we can use the template to create our solution. So here we have SDD. I'm giving the link where we need to download the STD. So what I'll do is I'll just download it and I will save it. So this is also a UiPath solution. This is nothing but a UiPath solution. Okay. So let me just open this. So I already have it open. Oh, sorry, I already have it downloaded. So let's just quickly check on STD. Okay. And then let's open our GitHub. GitHub desktop. And repository open show in Explorer. Okay, team 6, and here you go. So I'm placing it in the team 6 folder so you can actually access it. Okay, and can you see the screen by the way?
Yes, was done.
Yeah. So this is also a UiPath solution. So we have created random user API solution, right? We have code for it. So this is the code. Okay, can you understand that this is the code? Okay. Now this is our complete project. What I'll do is I will just open my assistant and I'll start main in it. Okay. So what it will actually do, it's already having this SDD template, right? So it will create all the workflows, all the URLs, and it will also add all the arguments, everything into this particular document. So interview question can be what is SDD and when will you prepare? So what will be your answer? Please unmute and talk. What will be your answer?
So SDD is the solution document, so we can prepare the SDD after completion of uh, work done. I mean all the development.
Exactly. So here there can be two situations that can happen in any organization. Even in my organization, this is how it will do. So even before creating a solution, we will give a basic template like this is what we are thinking of our solution. Like, okay, this is the template will already be available. We'll just fill out the basic details. Like, okay, this is the place where robots will stay, and this is the input folder, and this is the output folder. We'll just write that few steps as per a developer, I need to know how I need to create a solution, right? So that basic steps I will create, but what can also happen is this can be done only at the end in some other organizations. Okay. Yeah.
So,
So no need to
if
check or worry about what is this code and how I need to check on working with this code. Just click on run and then you can work on this SGD.
so SDD is created after your development is completed.
Yes, see, that's what I said, right? See, SDD, the main purpose of solution design document is to
Is it
understand.
question?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, see, the main purpose of creating an SDD document is to show that this is the solution that we are creating. Okay, so there can be two options here. A team manager or team lead can ask a developer to give me a sample template, like what do you want to create. Okay, so that will be created before even the development, and after completion of the development they will update it with all the details filled. After completion of development they will have all the details, right? Like how many
Yes.
workflows are created and how many. So we have client security hash. Let's use this. Okay, I don't have a file. Advanced certifications. Okay, let's go ahead with week one dispatcher and week one performer. Okay, yeah, we can use this. So we have data UiPath git space. So let's go ahead and map. See, data UiPath git space, and in that git space, where do we have it? RP developer in 30 days. Vajrang. Sorry, now it's Vajrang and team 6. So I just need to navigate through that workflow structure performer. So this is my folder, right? I just need to click on that folder. So we are selecting a folder of the code. Okay. Now this code will run and it will create my solution or my solution design document. So can you see here that our word is
Yes.
using, and it's creating with the current date, it is creating a solution design document, current date and time. So it's telling that, okay, I have created a solution design document. It's available here. So let's go. It will be there in the project itself. So let's go ahead and refresh. And can you see that there is a new document created?
Yes.
So this is the document we are going to use. So the template will still remain the same. Every company has their own templates, but the context is what it will change for every project, but the template will still remain the same. Okay. So here, if you can see the process title goes here, you can just update like, okay, we are creating random user API process. User creation automation. Okay. So here I am just updating the details. So these details are to be filled by a developer and to be validated by a tech lead and business analyst.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just update that in here. So who creates a solution design document?
Developer.
Who creates a PDD, process definition document?
BA.
Yes, business analyst, BA.
Yeah.
Okay, we will create, and this will be verified with team lead or solution architect. Okay, done. So let's see what are the details to be updated. So can you see here, we are having automated process details. So we are saying that after completion of automation, this is what we need to do. Automated process details. Here you go. So here we will mention, as I have mentioned, we will have multiple versions of the document, right? 01 February 2022. And this is version 1, and the role is author, name is Vajran. Okay, organization and department belong to IT, or if it is belong to some HR, we need to mention HR. Function is developer, this is the initial draft. Okay, let's say that we change it after some days, then we will add further details. For example, on 6th we changed. Okay, 2022. This is version 1.1. Excuse me. Sorry for that. So this is 1.1, and the author is again, if it is business analyst, Then we can write business analyst, or we can just write author, and the name can be different. Now the name can be Ajay. So Ajay is maintaining this document now. Organization remains still the same, and the function is team lead. So Ajay can be a team lead. Okay. Now we are mentioning that arguments are updated.
So Vajrang, so what you are explaining now, it is in the developing stage or after completion of
After the
development?
development stage. So for before development, let's say that before development, I have given a February. In February 1st, I have given an initial draft. But after
Okay,
completion, by 6th we have completed, and after completion, we are creating this document.
okay.
Okay, and we'll mention that 1.1 flow name, workflow name updated dot xlsx. Oh, sorry, this is XAML created. So we are just mentioning that what are the updates that we are doing.
Okay, updates. That's so. So I mean, this is not a complete development.
So
So part of the
after
development,
development,
yeah.
it's completed. There are few
Okay,
changes we made rather than the first
okay,
initial draft. That details we are updating.
okay, okay. Got it.
Okay, let's say that in the API, we have created a solution, like we have created a user, but later business came and said that okay, we don't want date of birth, and remove the date of birth.
Right, right, right. Okay.
Okay, now that date of birth is removed from the code, that should be updated in the solution design document, right?
Oh yeah, got it, got it.
Okay, so the what are the latest code that we are doing? That will be a replica of the solution details here.
Right, right, right.
Okay, here we are just mentioning the project name. Again, we can mention out here. So instead of robotic enterprise framework, we can mention that this is a what is this API automation, random user automation. So is it a BOR, FOR, or mix? So what is BOR? BOR stands for back office automation. That is unattended bot. FOR stands for, can anyone guess?
Front office automation.
Exactly. So this is attended automation. So what is mix?
Combination of those back and
Combination of
front
back
again.
automation, combination of attended and unattended.
Right.
Okay, so these are the details that we need to mention. So our solution is completely API based, right? There is no user intervention. Okay, so is it back office or front office, unattended or attended? So what do you mean by attended and unattended? Can anyone tell me?
When there is a human intervention is there, that is attended. When
Correct.
there is no human intervention, that is unattended.
Correct. So if the bot is starting on its own and it is continuing till the end without any human intervention, then it is unattended. And if the bot is starting and if it is a manual process or manually we need to trigger the bot and we need to give inputs like, okay, if there is captcha, let's assume that there is captcha, bot cannot type in the captcha, right? So this is one use case. So what we will do is we will enter the captcha into the message box and bot will continue the execution. So this is man in the middle or human in loop automation. Okay.
Okay.
So our solution is unattended. So instead of writing before or FOR, I will just write unattended. Okay. Is there a background process? No user click or UA interaction. So this is just checking if it is a background process. See, okay, there is one question. Have you worked on background process? How many have you worked on background process? How many background process have you worked on? And you need to know what is the difference between background and foreground process. So can anyone tell both answers? This is very important interview question and you will definitely get one of the questions for sure. So can anyone answer this?
Foreground process means I think we cannot do any other work while going the foreground process. I think
Super. Okay.
so. Yeah, background means it will the process will run on the background, so we can do other works.
Okay. Simple definition can be see.
Yeah.
Now when I'm running this, if there is a background bot that is making an API call and sending out an email. So any automation that doesn't require foreground clicks, UI clicks, user interactions, or or type into can be considered as background process. Okay. So if you have observed, let's assume that there is an API call. I'm doing a WhatsApp automation if you know, right, to send out messages for everyone. Do you remember? Okay. So for that, is it a foreground automation or a background automation? Sai,
I
your
think it is a
voice is low.
background.
Aparna, okay, you're saying background. Sai, you're saying foreground. Okay. See, UiPath doesn't have an API. Sorry, not UiPath. WhatsApp doesn't have an API. So I need to click on that button. I need to click on that plus button. I need to click on that. Just a second. I'll show you. Just a second. Okay. Now what we can see is let's see that this is what we have. Now I need to click on this plus button. Okay. Now I need to enter the data. Now I need to type into. So all these are UI interactions. Is it not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But if there is some automation that's running in the background without UI interaction, that is background process.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's how you need to validate. Now, how many background processes can you run at a time, and how many foreground processes can you run at a time with the current versions of UiPath?
Only one foreground process, and uh, we can increase the number of background process.
Okay, so there must be, if there is one foreground process, okay, then there can be multiple background processes. And background process can work synchronously at a time because they are not having UI interactions, right? They are having only API calls. They are having only messages that are sending internally in the background. Okay, a simple example is Outlook. When you are getting Outlook, when you added Outlook, emails will be automatically downloaded into your Outlook box, right? You don't need to do anything. Is it right? How many of you are using Outlook normally? Outlook or Gmail? So there you don't require a user interaction that runs in the background and it can give your output in the background. Okay, so that is background process. Okay, now foreground process is something that we are doing in the front where it stops user to work or use that machine. Now how many background process can be run in a synchronous manner at a time?
based on the CPU.
Utilization, that's absolutely correct. But UiPath says that you can, the best count is not more than 10. Okay. Okay. So this is as per background process automation documentation. You cannot or you must not have more than 10 background processes in a machine running continuously at a single shot. Okay. So in the interviewer itself, in the interview also, you can say that see, we haven't tested too many right now, but we have one background process that is running along with one foreground process because we are at the initial stage. Background process was only started in the year of 2021 version. Okay, so we had not at we didn't implement those solutions in our um, automation solutions in our organization. We have created one solution and we are running it. But as per the documentation, you can have around 10 automations, not more than that. This can be your answer for an interview. Okay, let's go back to the documentation because we have limited time. Let's go back to documentation. So is the orchestrator is used? So this is just saying if the orchestrator is used. So what is meant by scalable? Can anyone tell me what is meant by scalable?
Time period of the development process.
No. If bot can be deployed at multiple machines without changes. So if I create an orchestrator and if I create a bot, and if the bot, if I my machine is one bot, Ajay's machine is another bot, or Tommy's machine is another bot, Sindhura's machine is another bot. So we need to see or we need to understand that if I can run that in one machine, I can also deploy it in multiple machines at a single shot if I want. So there is no change that is required. So that is meant to be a scalable solution. Okay, if the bot can run only in one machine and it cannot run in other machines, then it is not scalable. Simple. Am I clear on this?
Yes, Vajra.
Okay, great. Okay, so runtime guide. Okay, so whenever we start our process, we need to have some steps, right? Okay, run this process from this step. For example, this SSD creation, what are the runtime steps over here for creating this SSD? Okay, the runtime steps can be like this. When we start a process, you need to select a folder and click on OK. So is this our runtime steps? Because we need to execute these steps, right? Without executing the steps, bot will not continue further. Is it right or not? While creation of this SDD, we created this SDD few minutes back, right? So what did we do? We selected a folder, navigated to the folder path, navigated to the project path and selected it. Is it right?
Right.
So this is the runtime steps for this process. And this way you, okay, here you also need to mention this diagram like how packages are available, robots or packages are available, how they are interacting with orchestrator queues and running order. Okay, so I'll give you a small example. Let's say that there is an Excel file and that Excel file data need to be uploaded it into a orchestrator queue. Okay, so what do we need to mention over here? Can you please tell now? What do we need to mention?
First read the document.
So instead of that, we can just mention what is the combination of items, or what are the combination of items here. So we can just mention that Excel. Excel is one component. What is the second component
Orchestrator.
that we have? Orchestrator. Yes,
Orchestrator.
orchestrator is second component. So here we have orchestrator. Other than orchestrator, we have UiPath robot as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and other than orchestrator, what else do we have? UiPath orchestrator. So what is the orchestrator queue name? Okay, and if we are having any packages that we are working on, for using APIs, we are using web automation package, right?
Right.
UiPath web automation library. Okay, what is the other library? Are we using UI library or UI? So if you can just see what are the libraries that we are using. Mail library we are using, mail activities. Okay, so this is mail activities. Okay, now just understand what are we exactly doing. We are trying to make sure that these are the components that we have used, and we are trying to give it out to the next developers or to someone who is maintaining the solution. Other than that, we are not doing anything. Is it right? Can someone understand that? Okay, if I have these components, okay, I have this solution with these components. Can someone understand that or not?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just add up something like this and say that go back and send back, and I will mention that this is libraries. These are libraries. So I am just adding up a separate component stating that okay, this you have given, but this is library. So we have something like this, and mail activities. So I'll just move over here, and I will say that okay, this is my libraries component. Okay, and this is my complete solution. This is my complete solution. Okay, and these are my libraries. Shape fill. Let's fill it out, and yep. Okay, so this is my solution and this is my details. These are my details I'm giving out. Let's go to the next step. What are the next steps that we are going to give? So production environment, what is that? So if I'm running, so how this is scheduled? So here we have all the details. You already have some templates. You just need to update. So running on, okay, let's me just update whatever it is there. So running on Ajay machine, Ajay. So I can mention instead of Ajay machine, I can just mention the API, the host name, Ajay machine host name. Okay, the virtual back office machine scheduled every night after the report is generated from X system. So after a report is generated from, we can say Flavia machine. Okay, so Flavia is creating a report, and after that, it is your robot is creating. So we are having multiple continuous robots, synchronous robots. So Ajay, can you tell me, are you dependent on someone?
Yes.
On whom are you dependent on?
Flavia.
Exactly. So
Flavia
Flavia's
machine.
robot you are dependent on.
Yeah.
Okay. Prerequisites to run. What are the prerequisites? Report was generated by Flavia machine. So Flavia is creating a report and it is sending to your inbox that is having
Okay.
Excel on the machine. So these are the prerequisites. So
Okay.
without these details, the bot cannot continue to run.
Okay.
Okay, so see, all the details will be available in this document. All you need to do is just understand the document and fill in all the details.
Yeah.
Okay. Full screen mode. Let's add it up. Okay. Expected output. What is the expected output that we are having? And reporting. Are we sending out any email after the completion of the document, or is it any Kibana link? You need to mention that. How is the orchestrator used? Okay. What do you mean by how is the orchestrator used?
Is
Are
the
you
orchestra
scheduling
involved
the
in this
are you
process?
scheduling the bot in the orchestrator or not? So that's how you need to mention. What are the password policies?
To orchestrator and assets. Okay.
Exactly. So stored credentials, how many stored credentials are available? So Gmail password we are using and it's not expiring. Okay. We also need to mention because if there is a password, see normally how passwords will be configured in the organizations is if it is a user password, then it should be replaced or it should be created a new password for every 30 to 60 days. So those details should be mentioned here. Okay, so what is this process queue name? Can anyone tell what is the process queue name?
Orchestrator name, right? Process queue names.
It's not orchestrator name. So if you go into orchestrator, let's go into orchestrator,
Process queue name.
cloud.uipath.com. Okay, so what are the queues that we are using in our process is what we need to mention over there. So we'll go into default tenant, and in default tenant we'll have queues, right? So we have queues. So in this queues there are BD school queue, DNA locator, JSON schema, ABC process queue, X-rates queue. So how many queues am I using? Am I using one queue or am I using multiple queues? So what is the condition that you can use multiple queues? Can anyone tell? Can anyone have an idea how you need to think?
You have more than one input file.
Uh, no, that
If it
cannot
is
be.
from like in the sense like you have from Excel also and you have from uh, some other
So there can be many sources of data, but we can upload it into a single queue, right? Why do we need multiple queues for that?
okay, when different fields with different
See,
that
when we
like
are
number of
working on a
fields is
process, see, I'm using this field, right? This queues. I cannot have a separate schema. This schema will still remain the same for everything.
Mhm.
View details.
Oh,
I cannot have multiple details. I can have only these details in every project,
yes, yes.
in every step. So what is the use of multiple queues now?
See, if there is more data, so we can divide it into the multiple queues and we can
Wrong.
reply to the
You can
multiple
have a
queues.
single queue
No.
and you can have a multiple robots. Every robot will access the same queue. We discussed already,
Yes.
right? So
You
same,
have
Okay,
number
so
you tell me.
see,
like you have person details, you have HR details. So HR details differ from person details. So you cannot have the
Okay,
same
okay,
fields.
okay. Now you are coming into a stream. Flavia, you want to tell something?
No, I think queues can be given by using preferences. I thought that will be the
That is queue transaction items. I'm asking about queue names, the queues. So here, these are the transactions, if you see, but these are the queues. Inside queues, you have transactions.
yes, yes.
These are having preferences, but not queues.
Okay,
Queues are
got
not
it.
having preferences. Transaction items are having preferences.
So this can be done according. Yesterday we discussed by giving the
Can you think of something like this?
Uh,
Flavia has a queue.
Hello.
Okay. Sindhura, you want to tell something?
Uh, yeah.
Tell me.
So suppose if we have two or more Excel sheets which
Mm,
have different columns
mm.
that we need the data to be pushed to three different queues.
But okay,
Uh,
see. every process will have only one input queue as an input.
Okay.
Okay. The situation can be like this. Now, when a robot is running, Ajay's robot is running. Okay. Ajay need to take data from Flavia queue. Okay. Take input. But at the end, after completion of the process, he is sending the data to Sindura queue. So Sindura have a separate process again to work on, where Sindura will take input from.
I see.
Okay, so what's happening here is Flavia queue is getting consumed by Ajay, and a new queue item is created for Sindura queue. Did you understand the logic now?
Can you please repeat?
Okay, now I have a process where the process is divided into two sub-processes. Okay, in bot 1, we'll work on process 1. Okay, bot
Okay.
2 will have process 2.
Okay.
Now bot 1 output is bot 2 input.
Okay.
So does bot 1 need to have details about two queues or not? Because it need to read data from one queue and it need to create data from two other queue.
So,
Yeah.
is it going to contain the same specific content inside both the queues?
Not required.
Okay.
So what we can do is here we are saying let's say that process this X rates or this DNA locator, view details, view transactions. So these details are from Q1. Okay. So here we are saying that, okay, in the bot 1 queue, these are the details that I have. Okay, let me just add it up here. Okay, and I'll also add these details over here. And I'll add bot queue. So while reading, it will read all these details, but while creating, it will create something like, okay, uh, for Q2, this can be the input. What can be the input? The customer names can still be the same, can be Renault. Okay, and here we need to mention stating that, okay, Germany 8 items are created. Okay, and so for Germany, instead of the 8, it will be success. Okay, Mexico success. Mexico success. Okay, Netherlands success. Okay, but New Zealand is failure. So what bot 2 need to do is it need to read content and send email to stakeholders. See, this is a simple example that I'm saying. There can be multiple other steps that are coming in the process. But what exactly it's doing is until this bot 1 completes its process, it will not have data to send an email. Is it correct or not? At least that.
Yes. Yeah.
Because bot 1 need to process the data, only then bot 2 will get the information.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So these are the situations or these are the conditions that can come in any progress, in any project. Okay. So here we are mentioning number of queues. But do we need to mention process 2 details also here?
Yes.
Not required, because process 2 will have separate SDD.
Yeah.
Okay, no need to mention the process details here, but we just need to mention that this process creating a queue items because this is having direct interaction. If you don't have direct interaction with this queue, then there is no need to mention. If I'm not using, or let's assume that there is no bot 2, though there is bot 2, that input doesn't depend on bot 1. So do I need to mention those details in bot 2? Both are independent process, right? I'm doing my work, you're doing your work. There's no need for interaction between both bots. Silence means, can I expect that you understood? Can I continue?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So multiple resolutions supported. See, if there are, if see, the important question is if you are using image automations or VDI automations or desktop automations, you will not be able to support multiple image resolutions. You need to have specific image resolution, and that resolution need to be mentioned. For example, if I'm doing an image automation, then that is the 66 into 768 is my default resolution. Okay, so when I'm starting the robot in unattended mode, I need to give these settings in robot settings, stating that okay, use this robot only in these settings. So if I go back and if I close this and if I go to tenant, can you see machines over here? I think you can see machines. Okay, so let's see with edit machine, view sessions or edit machine. Here, no, let's go back to robots. So here we have this one, settings, accesses, manage access. We have machines, manage machines in this folder. Okay, home, machines. Okay, edit machine, update machine mappings. So let's see. Okay, do anyone know where are we using this robots? I still have this issue. Yeah, okay. Can you see this robots over here? Configure robots. And if you go into the folders and permissions, we have these folders and permissions. User sessions, manage. Okay, let's check back that later. Maybe I need to see settings again. This UiPath Studio is orchestrate is changed again. Okay, so normally we need to give the details or resolution in the robot settings while configuring it. Okay, and also we need to mention what is the configuration that's available. So for this one, what is the default configuration that's required? If we are doing a Citrix automation, please unmute and talk. That's fine.
I don't know.
So same resolution. In case of image automations, don't change the resolutions. Okay. So scalable, as I have mentioned, if you can deploy it in multiple machines, then it is yes. And environment used. What is the environment that's created? And what is the environment that we have? We need to have Windows 7 installed. We need to have Studio available and Excel available. So this is as per the solution. So where are we mentioning this project? Where are we having this repo? So where are we having our repo? Can anyone tell? Is this our repo? Final repo?
Yes.
But even in this, see, we need to go into the exact project. Sometimes we will maintain somewhere like this, but sometimes we will have separate repos for separate project. We'll just see with our project, week 6, team 6. So week 1 performer. So is this the path? I'm just copying this path and I'll just paste it. So if someone wants to check with the code, can they directly go into this code and check? Yes,
Yes.
right? Okay, configuration method, assets, Excel file, and JSON config. So how are we configuring it? So we are having assets to configure it, and Excel. So we are also having Excel because there is a config file, right? So that we are using for configuration. So are there any reused components? So are we using any existing components? For example, if there are any marketplace solutions, are we downloading them and using them? So my answer is no. No. Okay. Now the important part comes here. Can you see that each and every workflow file, okay, main code and everything, have arguments in it? Can you see the details?
Yeah.
So all these details will be created by default when you use this solution or SDD implementation. Normally you need to manually map each and everything, but it is creating it all the details for you. So you just need to update these details. You need not do anything else. Okay, take a screenshot, get transaction data, applications test case. So all these details are available for you. So again, what are the packages that we are using? So all these details are necessary for solution creation. Now, architectural structure of a master project, you need to add your solution or image. Like what is the architecture structure? Package, robots, and queues. Interaction between the components you need to add again. And what are the other details? If you have any solution like workflow should run at night 7 a.m., be careful not to schedule it before the report is generated. So here we are saying that, okay, if Ajay machine starts before Flavia's machine completes or creates a resume, can it work
No.
as per our solution? No, it cannot work. So we are just mentioning all the details over here. Okay, so that's it for this particular flow. But here you can also see the package details as well as master project details and all. So what I'll add is I will do this complete or I will save this in my sheet. I'll close this. I think this is already there in my code. Let's go ahead and see STD implementation. Team 6 assistant. Okay, so SDD assistant. I'll just copy the path of it. First, I'll commit my code. GitHub desktop. Okay, so this intermediate and sample resumes I can discard changes. Okay, created SSD. Sorry, solution design document for team 6. So where can you get the solution? Can anyone tell me where can I get this solution? So can you see here the documents are updated just 18 seconds back.
Mhm.
Okay, so I can just you can just click on this and you can download. If you just download, the file will be downloaded in your machine. Okay, quick recap. Can anyone ask questions?
Uh, can a SDD be called as a deployment document or a DSD design solution document? Because
No. Okay, it can be called, but this is more of a solution, right? So runbook will be different.
okay,
Runbook and deployment document will be different. So there you will not have all these details. Like what is the solution about? You don't need all these details. Okay, we already have the document in place. So if you can, that's already there in the in my GitHub. So let's see with runbook. If I have a runbook, I will just show you. Or deployment sheet. Okay, let me just search in my chat. Okay, so files. Okay, UAT deployment. Okay, there is an Excel file, but I'm not sharing this with everyone, so it's not in there in GitHub. It will be there only with limited access. So can you see the steps here? Um, so what are the steps that we need to create this document, or to add it to a new environment? Deployment means adding our solution to a new environment, right? Other than that, it doesn't require any other details. Okay, so download the NuGet package, navigate to client orchestrator. After successful login to orchestrator, navigate to orchestrator tenant, and you need to create all the assets, and you need to verify that's running. And what are the deployment steps? Can you see that here are the deployment steps?
Yes.
So this is done by a previous team. Okay, so after applications are tested, you need to go with all these details. Click on queue. So if you go with the steps, you can go with all the details. Click on queue. So I can go into this particular orchestrator, go into tenant, go into my sheet, click on queues. So what's the next step? Here I have click on add queue, create new queue. Okay, give name project1 queue, project1 queue. So this is a different document, deployment document, where it says only details about how you need to deploy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, so that is the difference. And let's stop our meeting over here. Thank you so much for the time that you have spent, and sorry for the delay in the beginning. But any quick questions? Because yesterday I also haven't received any feedback from you in the Teams chat. Were you able to understand the solutions or meetings that we are creating, or is it too fast for the existing team and for the new team as well? Ajay?
Originally it is fine,
Hmm.
but as I want to know
Hmm.
what is the exact real-time experience, exact.
Hmm.
So before going to interviews, I
Hmm.
need to see the what is the exact process which is involving in the real time, so that I want to
So
see.
this is the real time. Okay, I think we just need to go back and take one step back and see what are the steps that we are going to do, or have we already done that? So if you are saying that, then what we can do is from tomorrow, I'm not.
Yeah.
There is no need for any session, but I will give you a use case. Okay, you create
Okay.
from the starting, understand the solution, create a PLD, create a solution, create
Okay.
SDD, create runbook, and let's deploy it into a different machine. But the time that that we need to take is only 2 days.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll also give you the use case now. Got it. Okay.
Okay.
So the use case can be X-rates project that can. Okay. Why do you need X-rates? Let's go ahead with bots DNA. This is good. Um, can we check with server availability, server name, start server? Okay. Okay. What we can do is of contacts. Okay. Okay. Manager. Okay. I think this is good. Required zip files that we have. So yeah. Okay. Open the required zip file. Okay. Project documentation. See, any project can be taken. The steps will still remain the same. Okay.
Okay.
So this is wrong. Project description. Okay. Now can you see the details? Okay. But what is this? No, this is not good. Sample output, tenant. Okay, okay, got it. Okay. So the requirement is something like this. First, you need to download this Excel file, zip file. Okay. Then you need to
Okay.
download, unzip these files, and you have project descriptions for each and every ID. Can you see the ID here?
Okay.
You need to now check with the check with this ID, and you have the description in this particular file.
Okay.
Okay. The requirement is simple. You need to copy this or clone this document and save it with the ID or this particular ID, and you have this ID, right? So this is the new document. I just need to copy this with the code. I need to copy this and paste, copy and paste it. Okay, let me just take this file and let's add it to team 6. So this is the use case that you need to do. I'm not going to help you. You need to do complete and do it on your own. New members can also try it. Okay. So here we have last week, week 4, new folder. So I'm just pasting it. Week 4. Okay. You need to read all the information from the website, from this website. And for every row, you need to copy or create a separate document, and you need to save it in this particular sample output. Copy and paste. Okay. Then you need to rename this document. So what do we need to rename this document? We need to rename this document into this particular ID. Okay. After we complete renaming it, this project code we have, right? We just need to update them. So what is the project code for this particular row? Let's assume that this is the project code. Okay. We just need to update this with project code. Okay. And then we need to update the phone number, manager number, whatever the manager number that we have. Okay. And developer number. What is the developer number that we are adding? So okay, sorry, this is the developer number and that is the manager number. So add this number, and from here copy it and paste it and add this number here. Okay. And point of contact, you can select anyone, I guess. Just select manager, and if you don't have developer number, you need to contact manager. If you have both developer and manager, you need to contact developer. First preference is developer, second preference is manager. If you have both, then you can select both. Okay. And finally, there is a project description that's there downloaded, right, in this particular value. So sample output. So if you just go into the project descriptions, you have all the files. In that, you need to read this particular file. This particular HESTS file, you need to read project description. Okay. So first you need to open it, read it, copy all the data. Okay. Go back into the document, paste with the project description, save it in the same place as a PDF. Save as, and here you have PDF option, right? PDF and save. Okay. Now this is completed. So this is one transaction that is completed. Okay. Now, will you go directly into the code immediately? How will you proceed? So this is my sample output and this is what I have created. And this is my required output. Okay. So can you do it, guys? Ajay, Flavia?
Yes, sir. We'll try it.
Yes, go ahead and try. This will be this. So whatever the solution that you have, maybe this is tough, but we can complete this within an hour. Complete solution you can complete within an hour.
Okay.
Okay, come up with a process flow document first. Come up with a PDF, then you create a code, then you create SDD, then you need to deploy it. Ajay, you have asked for it and you need to work now. Don't say excuses.
Okay, Vajra. Sure.
Okay, so you need
Yeah.
to be very careful of what you ask. That too at my session.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Yes, but don't worry, this is easy. Easiest project.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it. Simple. You just need to apply some simple coding knowledge. It will be done.
Yeah. Okay, Vajra. Okay.
Yep. Thank you guys. Have a great day.